ignore.
Well done.
Thank you. I love doing that because it like breaks the plane in the fourth wall. It's amazing.
This was an article on the HubSpot blog this week, and I thought it was really good. They talked first about Google PageRank and the fact that it's just not updated that often. It doesn't actually mean anything that relevant to your business. You can't really do that much except create good content, so you shouldn't really care about it.
So for the most part, I completely agree with that. Obsessing over PageRank is a really bad idea. There are a few instances in which looking at PageRank can be useful. If you have a white PageRank bar, meaning you have a PR of 0, that's a really, really bad sign. It's something you should pay attention to. If you're looking at, maybe trying to get links from another site, the PR can be a pretty good indication, but it's not something you want to really obsess over and look at every single day and live or die by or balance your checkbook on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but there are other indicators out there that are a little bit more accurate now, like MozRank.
MozRank is based, the PageRank algorithm is actually, you can go and download the original paper that they wrote to figure out how the algorithm works, and other companies have implemented the same thing, except not trying to be sneaky like Google is. So MozRank by SEO Moz has one that's basically the same algorithm, just not a lie.
Not a lie.
Yeah,
Nice.
which PageRank is a lie, essentially.
So,
PageRank, much like the cake, is a lie. That's a geeky joke. Never mind, guys. Yeah, okay.
You've made 7 jokes since we
I
started
know,
planning
that's
HubSpot
what
TV,
happens.
and I don't think I've understood
This is
any
what
of
the
them.
marketing takeaway of Dan this week is: don't use humor because it's really hard to be funny.
Or maybe it's you're not funny. Way to take the wind out of your sails on the show. I'm sorry, you're really funny.
Thank you.
Wait, we have actually later in the show.
So are you.
We have our
Looking.
Thank you.
See,
There's actually a joke that.
Where's the marketing?
Hey, this is for dirty. You weren't dirty.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for taking shots at each other.
There's a joke on HubSpot TV every week. We have the smart one and the good-looking
Yes.
one, and we just weren't sure who would be who on the show.
You're the smart one this week.
Oh, good. All right, I agree. In any case, the next metric that that you should ignore is email open rate. And the reason you should ignore this, and I disagree with you, I think you should ignore this, is email open rate. It's not you can't accurately measure it. It doesn't mean anything.
It's a sample, so you can't actually, if you're taking a survey of the entire United States and you want to make some assessment about the United States population, you can't poll everybody in the United States either. You take a small sample, which then represents the rest of the population. Email open rate is not going to skew one way or the other, right? Ellie's shaking her head, yes.
No,
and maybe we might have to have a discussion later.
Yeah, I think it's totally biased because
It's a
every
proxy
program
for-
does it wrong. It's not like taking a survey of your people. If you're using it on Gmail, it's not going to open your images, but you could have your Outlook configuration so it does open your images.
Yes.
So it's not apples to apples. It's just a completely messed up metric. It means nothing.
It doesn't mean nothing. It's not perfect, and if I could redesign email, I would redesign it differently, but it is a useful metric.
The fact
I mean,
of the matter-
clicks are
it's
better,
not.
all
yeah,
that stuff
the
is
fact of the matter
better.
is you have another metric to use
Yes.
in measuring your campaigns, which is
Yes.
click-through rates.
The bottom line.
And that actually means somebody interacted with your email. It was successful.
The dollar bill,
do you
y'all.
really care about that many people that their email program opened your email and they didn't read it? Or who opened your email but didn't pay enough attention to actually click on any of your calls to action? I mean, what does that tell you? That tells you wrote an unsuccessful email.
But if you're trying to test subject rates, independent of the content of the email, what's the better metric, right?
But it's still not actually a good metric because if you've got an email program, everybody's using an email program that automatically opens the email for them.
Everybody.
So you're going to think, woohoo, pat myself on the back. I had a good subject line. When in reality, no, your users just use Outlook and it automatically previews their emails for them.
I think we're going to have to agree to that
Disagree
I'm right.
no, we're going to agree that I'm right. So the next one was keyword ranking.
Yes.
So and this is where on the search engines you have terms that you care about and where you show up on the search results. So if you've got a keyword ranking of 6, it means you're the 6th result on the first page of Google. Likewise, if you've got one of 60, it means you're on the 6th page of Google.
So again, there are some scenarios where fairly advanced people doing somewhat potentially shady things should take a look at this metric. For most people,
99% of the people.
is completely useless. Especially Google's the big player. Google will show me one result, and then somebody in the computer next to me completely different result, and then somebody in a different city a totally different result. And so, whose rankings are you checking?
That's
the
exactly
issue.
the reason why it doesn't matter, is because search has gone so personalized, you can't use this as a realistic metric.
Yeah, and then so as opposed to search, what you should be using, or rankings rather, what you should be measuring is the amount of traffic you're getting from those keywords, and then what those keywords are doing for your site. Are they turning into leads? Are they turning into customers, etc.?
So the marketing takeaway here is that you need to use metrics that tie to your business success. Visitors, leads, and customers is a really good place to start.
My marketing takeaway here: if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Well done, Dan.